Hi guys. So today I want to talk about the World Cup so far. Like, I don't know about you, but it's been a very interesting game. Like, hey God. No matter the league you support, whether Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, Italian League, League One, Bundesliga, or whatever league you watch, we all can come to one agreement that the greatest of all this league is the World Cup. The greatest tournament in the whole world is the World Cup. I mean, no tournaments come close. The variety, the teams, the display, the organization, and everything. No tournament comes close. That is World Cup for you. That standard is there, and that's how it's supposed to be. So far I've been enjoying this World Cup. I've been having a good time. Like the games, even though the timings, I've not watched all of it because some of it come, during midnight and all. But what a match this have been. What a tournament this have been. The Giants have gone home. The underdogs are shocking the whole world. I mean, a lot of people, could not believe what they are seeing. Germany went home, all because of Paraguay. You can only see that in World Cup. Like, you snooze, you lose. And that is the beauty of knockout football. I mean, there is heartbreak, but it's also the beauty of knockout football because there is no second chance. Anytime you lose your match, you are going home. Anytime you lose a game, you are going home. So you have to do your best. Like, you have to do your best to do what, to progress. Now, round of 16. So let me just start, by saying that 48 nations, this is the first time 48 nations is playing in World Cup. It was expanded to accommodate other nations. Now 48 nations are playing this tournament. And you know that at every stage of the tournament, there is going to be elimination. After the group stage, 16 teams were eliminated. Then everything came down to 32. Now, at the round of 32, which was just concluded by the Colombia versus Ghana match, Colombia won, Ghana 1-0, and the round of 32 has been concluded. Now, 32 nations played, 16 nations won, and 16 nations are going home. That is it for you. Now, the 16 nations that are going home, let's recount how their journey was. South Africa was the first nation to be knocked out by Canada. And that game, I expected South Africa to get something. It was a 1-0 game, and South Africa didn't start their tournament in a good state. Remember the two red cards they received in the first match, against Mexico. But they improved along the line, and the game they had against Canada was good. But then, unfortunately, they considered they didn't have a good attacking force, because in football, all the segments, all your parts, all your players have to play their part. The defense was working well, the goalkeeper was working well, the midfield were trying, but the forward didn't finish well. That is it. So Canada ended, and they proceeded to round of 16. The second game was Brazil versus Japan. For me, I said Brazil was going to win. I don't know for other people, but me personally, I said Brazil was going to win. And, Japan scored first, and, we are looking at everything to see how it's going to go. And at the end, the Arsenal guys, Gabriel and the second Gabriel Magalhaes and Gabriel Martinelli, they were on point for Brazil. Gabriel Magalhaes gave the assist to Casemiro, who scored the first equalizer, and Gabriel Martinelli, at the death of time, like the dying minute, at the dying hi my God, at the dying minute, these guys gave Japan their greatest heartbreak, and Japan did what? Went home. So that was it for the Japan game, versus Brazil. Now let's go to the next game, which is Paraguay versus Germany. Now, everybody was expecting Germany to win. Personally, I was expecting Germany to win, but what happened? Germany lost to Paraguay and it was on penalties. They equalized later in the game. Paraguay took the lead. Yes, Japan had a good start. Paraguay took the lead and Germany equalized very late in the game and they also scored a goal. Now, there was a controversy in this match. Germany scored a goal that should have given them the edge to move to the round of 16, but that goal was disallowed for a foul on the goalkeeper. So you can see this thing is just like if you watch the Premier League, this is just like the game between West Ham and Arsenal. West Ham scored a goal, but it was disqualified or disallowed at the death of time. There was no time for them to do what equalize, score another goal. And now Germany and Paraguay proceeded to penalties. I mean, there was opportunity for Germany to bury this game, but they ballooned the last. I won't blame him because three players in Germany squad lost their penalties. Like they missed their penalties, and you can imagine what Amade of all people, Kai Havertz of all people who have been scoring goals, he missed his penalty. And the last guy, the defender Tar, that plays for Bayern Munich, he also missed his penalty. That was how Germany was eliminated by Paraguay. Now let's go to the next. I've talked about Mexico, South Africa and Canada. I've talked about Germany and Paraguay. I've talked about Brazil and France. Now let's go to Brazil and Japan. Let's go to France. France and which people did they even play against? Sweden. That one, I don't have anything to say. Sweden came into this tournament giving everybody hope that they were the big guys. Imagine beating Tunisia 5-1 and then they ended up conceding 5-1 from Netherlands, and then they also beat their last opponent. They drew their last opponent. Now, I was hoping they would get something. I was hoping they would get something from France, but unfortunately they didn't. As in, France gave them a run for their money and time. France beat them 3-0. Like, I think that apart from Spain and Austria, that was the biggest scoreline too. That was the second biggest scoreline. Two big scorelines in this round of 32. Other matches had, they didn't have this kind of scoreline. But Sweden considered three good goals from France and they didn't even answer one. So they were out of the tournament. Now let's talk about the next people after them. The next people that did their thing was apart from France, Sweden, Norway and Ivory Coast. Now that game, Norway and Ivory Coast, I'm angry with Ivory Coast because the goal they considered against Norway was a very cheap goal. Like, Haaland is good, he scores very good goals and all of that, but did you see the goal that Norway considered? Oh my god, I was heartbroken on their behalf because they scored first. They okay, no, Norway scored first, yeah, and Ahmad came in as a substitute to equalize, and they had hopes. They had, the game. They were back into the game, but at the end of the day, what happened? They just gave out that equalizer. I mean, they started playing as if they were not interested in the whole game again, and that was how they did what that was how they lost. So I mean, I was not happy that they lost. I was not happy that they lost. So let me still continue on the other teams that lost. I was really not happy that they lost because I was hoping that, yes, it was a silly goal. It was really a silly goal. Like, how can you concede that kind of goal? That that was a very silly goal to concede, if you ask me. I mean, it was not a good goal. So that was it for France and what is it called? France and Ivory Coast. So let me get the remaining teams because I don't have all of them in my head. So the next thing is which other people played. We have Senegal and Belgium. I don't want to think about Senegal and Belgium because Senegal A lot of people say that Belgium was going to beat Senegal, but personally, I believe that Senegal was going to beat Belgium because both teams have not had a good, run so far in their World Cup. They were lucky to qualify, you know, in the with the best third position. The last eight to qualify is with the third position stuff. They were lucky to qualify using that route, but then they messed up their opportunity because how can you tell me that Senegal was leading 2-0 at the 86th minute? They conceded two goals. 86 minutes Lukaku scored, 87th 89th minute Tielemans scored. Like what? Like how? I mean, this is the height of it. They conceded goals that they should go home crying. Senegal should go home crying. Like Senegal should go home crying because they had our hopes high. We were all high and excited that, oh, another African team have qualified for the round of 16. All of a sudden they dashed our hopes. Like I was personally pained. Like they bottled a two-goal lead. They bottled a two-goal lead. I mean, like who does that in a knockout game, knowing that anything can happen? They didn't defend well, so that was so bad. I mean, it was very bad from Senegal. Like it was very bad from Senegal. For me, I don't know for others, but it was very bad from Senegal. They played well. They played well. They played very well, but I mean, they couldn't defend at the dying minute. They thought they had secured it. That is it. In life, don't think that, don't lose guard. Don't lose guard. The keeper is there, but then apart from the keeper, the other players were also there. The other players were also there. And then at the extra time, they also had opportunities to bury the game. But look at that penalty. For me personally, that VAR decision was wrong. You see what VAR is doing in this thing is that if they want you to really say that this is a penalty, they will freeze that frame and they will start playing it slowly, and they will give the referee an angle. In Premier League, sometimes referees can ask for different angles, but you see this VAR, they will give the referee an angle that the referee cannot say no, the referee must say yes. That's what they have been doing. They will slow the footage and then slow it down. Look at what happened. They will slow it down and then give the referee that angle that will make him say this was a penalty. So for me, Belgium versus Senegal was never a penalty. It was not a penalty, but they gave it as a penalty. And Senegal lost. I am very pained that Senegal lost. Like, I'm not happy that Senegal lost this game. I'm not happy they lost, and they have gone home by now. They should be home. Now, Spain versus Austria. Well, Spain came to play. Austria also had opportunities, but they just, they couldn't score even one goal, and Spain gave them three good goals, and that was it for them. Now let's talk about Argentina and Cabo Verde. Argentina and Cabo Verde is the game. Like for me, that is the game of this round of 32, the best game for me. I didn't watch Croatia versus Portugal. Some people are still saying Croatia versus Portugal was good, but then for me, Argentina and Cabo Verde, oh my goodness, what a game, what a match. Like, everybody apart from me, a lot of people were expecting Argentina. Like 91% of people were expecting Argentina to beat Cabo Verde. But what did Cabo Verde, do? They gave Argentina a hard time. They played and played and played until the last minute. Argentina were on their toes. Everybody was like this. Everybody was like this. Even Argentina coach, Argentina coach, everybody was like this. Everybody was like this. My name is Blessing. Everybody was like this. Oh my God. It doesn't matter, but we have to discuss that. They lost, but see, nobody has given Argentina the kind of headache that Cabo Verde gave them. You have to be honest, you can't I also support Messi. Yes, I also support Messi. But you see, in this game, I'm African, by the way. So I have to support Cabo Verde. I was really, really rooting for them. Look at, this is the first time. Do you know Cabo Verde is a country of about 500,000 people? It's a small country in Africa. And we have to support our own. Thank you. We have to support our own. So and this is the first time they are coming to play in the World Cup. And okay, bye, it's morning here, it's morning where I am anyway. So this is the first time they are playing in the World Cup. While you are going, don't forget to subscribe, please subscribe. This is the first time they are playing in a World Cup, and for them to be able to hold the reigning champions to extra time. Everybody knows that Argentina was going to win, but you know thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Everybody, yeah, they knew Argentina was going to win, but we have to celebrate Cabo Verde. We have to celebrate their run. Let me just give you a tip of what happened. Cabo Verde held Spain. Spain, of all people, Spain has won the World Cup before in 2010. They held Spain to a 0-0 draw. Okay, my name is Blessing. They also held Uruguay. Uruguay has, to a 0-0 draw. And in their last game, we can't say that Argentina didn't beat them in normal time, in normal football time. In 90 minutes, Argentina couldn't beat Cabo Verde. So that is a proud achievement for them, for Africa, and for everyone that is supporting them. So let me leave it, and let me also highlight their goalkeeper, Vozinha. He had a good run in this World Cup. And imagine that he had about should I say, he had about 50K followers on Instagram before this, before the World Cup. But after the World Cup, he had more than 15 million followers on Instagram because of his performance. That is to tell you that, people really appreciate his performance. So, and Portugal, yes, he was doing great. Portugal beat Croatia. And, I have to still talk about Luka Modric. He has won the Golden Ball before, and he has played in 5 World Cups. This is his 40 years old, and I think this will be his last World Cup. I don't know, maybe he can still come again, yes, but maybe this will be his last World Cup. Now, Portugal has progressed and they're going to face Spain. So let's go to the next people. Colombia, Mexico beat Ecuador. I didn't watch the match, but I know that personally I predicted they were going to beat Ecuador 2-0, and that was what happened. Because Ecuador they had luck beating Germany. That's it. But they have not been playing so well in the World Cup. So I believe they are home now. Now, let's talk about which other team. England versus DR Congo. That was also another game. Africa came to play, but at a point, in the 86th minute, this is what I keep saying: 1-0 lead is not a lead in football. When you have a 1-0 lead in football, you are not leading, you are just walking on eggshells. You can't say you have a 1-0 lead and sit comfortable and just want to defend. No. When you have a 1-0 lead, you try to play football, you try to score goals. Try to score goals in a 1-0 lead, so that you will bury the game. But DR Congo scored 1 goal and they felt they had it all sorted out. And England, through Harry Kane, came and did so well. You know that their keeper did well too, saving a lot of shots from Harry Kane. But then at the end of the whole thing, England won DR Congo and they have progressed to the round of 16. Now, Ghana versus Colombia, it was just a 1-0 and Ghana is out. Ghana didn't see this coming. I mean, I wanted Ghana to be another African country that will progress in the World Cup, but unfortunately, they are out, and they are out of the game. What can we do about it? Nothing. There's nothing we can do about it. Ghana is out and out for good. So now these 16 teams now are going to play in this round of 16, and as they play in this round of 16, you know 8 teams are going to go home. 16 teams will play, 8 teams are going to go home. So I want you to drop in the comments. I want you to tell me, which teams do you think will go home? Which teams do you think will go home? And which teams do you think will progress? So let me hear your thoughts. Which teams do you think will go home? Which teams do you think will progress? What do you think? Let me hear your thoughts. Which team do you think will go home? Which team do you think will progress? So let me start. Now, Mexico is going to play against England. For me, I think Mexico will progress and England will go home. I don't know, but you know, having the host advantage can be something, you know. So I think they are going to progress. But England is a team you can never write off. They have goal scorers, they have defenders, they have good midfielders, they have, the different um lines of football, they have it good. So, but they have been playing in such a way that I don't really understand. Maybe that is their coach's tactics. I don't know, but they've been playing in a way I don't understand. So I think Mexico will progress. Now, Switzerland versus which people are they even playing again? Okay, before I come, Switzerland is playing Colombia. I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be a tough match. It may go to extra time. So, but I think Switzerland will progress. I think that's what I think. Go, it's subject to what they play and how they play. Now, Brazil versus Norway. Hey, this is Haaland versus Gabriel again. Uh, Personally, I think Brazil will go. That's will progress to the next stage because of squad depth. Yeah. World Cup is not just a game you play by one star player, Haaland, Odegaard. No. Norway have few star players. And Brazil, we all know Brazil. Brazil has won the World Cup 5 good times. No nation have won the World Cup more than Brazil so far. I'm from Nigeria. No nation have won the World Cup more than Brazil so far. No nation. And also, Brazil have qualified for every World Cup. So they have the squad depth to go far in this tournament. While Norway Norway is just qualifying after 28 years. So they are also going to try. They have that unity in their team. They're also going to try to win this game. But I think, hi, everyone that is joining. Thank you for joining. Please subscribe and like this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe so that YouTube will recommend it to others. So for me, Norway is going to try to give it their all for the bird. But I think skill on the side of Brazil is going to help them to progress. That's what I think. Drop your prediction. Do you think Brazil will win Norway, or do you think Norway will win Brazil? Now let's go to Paraguay versus France. I think France is going to progress. Yeah, France for me is going to progress. Now I'm going to which other people? Morocco versus which people are Morocco playing again? Canada. This is another good side, but Morocco is going to win for me. Morocco will win. Morocco will win Canada to progress to quarterfinals. That is my own thoughts and prediction. I don't know about you. So let me still check others. I'm trying to check other people that is playing in this round. Portugal versus Spain. What do you think? Let me even ask you. Portugal versus Spain. Who will win? Who do you think will win? Portugal versus Spain. Portugal versus Spain. Spain. Who do you think will win? Who should win, or who do you think? Who do you think will win? So I want you to answer me. Is it Portugal or Spain? Let me see. Spain. So, so guys, I just put up a poll. I want you to answer. Portugal versus Spain. Who do you think is going to win? I want you to vote. I've put, a pool for you to vote. Portugal versus Spain. For me, it's going to be a tough match because both teams have good players. Like they have they have a good squad depth. They have quality players. But I think Spain is going to win. Yeah, that's what I think. Spain. I think Spain will win. I don't know. Spain, yeah. I think Spain is going to win. Maybe Portugal will do something, but for me, Spain is going to win. Yeah. Spain will win for me. So I don't know for others, but that's what I think. Oh, I don't know. Argentina versus Egypt. Hmm. This one is another one. Argentina versus Egypt. Now, people will say Argentina will win. Egypt also can win, but I mean, let's see. Let's see. Argentina versus Egypt. Who do you think will win? Argentina versus Egypt. I know a lot of people will say Argentina. Messi fans will say Argentina, right? Oh God, oh. Hmm. Messi fans is going to say that Argentina will win Egypt. But I support Mo Salah. I'm a Liverpool fan, as you can see. This is my Liverpool shirt. So I support Mo Salah. I'm going for Egypt win. I don't know for you. I am going for Egypt win. I'm going for Egypt win. Egypt versus Argentina. I'm going for Egypt win. Then Colombia versus Switzerland. I don't know. Whoever wants to win should win in that game. Then which other people? Which other people? Have I talked about every game? Egypt. He said Egypt. You don't want Egypt to win. Okay, no problem. No, whoever wants to win should win. But me, I'm supporting Egypt. I'm from Africa and I want an African team to win. So Egypt for me should win. So I don't know for you. For me, Egypt should win. So, but whoever plays well should win. Yeah, whoever plays well should win. But I want Egypt to win. I also want Morocco to win. It will be a great thing for us if any African nation reaches the final. But if it's to, if I'm to go by, maybe let's say go by fact, I would say that this final will be played between France and Brazil. Yeah, France and Brazil. I don't know, but that's what I think. But at the end of the day, what will be. Q Sarah, Sarah, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. What will be, will be. Q Sarah, Sarah. So it's all about Q Sarah, Sarah. Whatever will be, will be. At the end of the day, these matches are going to be played from today. There is a match today. Two matches will be played today, tomorrow, next until Tuesday. So from today till Tuesday, the round of 16 is going to kick off, and may the best team win. That is it. May the best team win. It's going to be a tough match. Definitely, it's going to be a tough match between these teams. If we saw drama in round of 32, we are going to see more in round of 16. What we saw in round of 32 is nothing compared to what we are going to see in round of 16, because in round of 16 you are closer to the end. After round of 16 you have quarterfinals. After quarterfinals you have semi-finals. After semi-finals you have finals. So if you have reached round of 16, you have just 3 games to get to the finals. If you have reached round of 16, you have just 3 games to get to the finals. And so whoever progresses to this point knows that it is no longer game as usual. It is going to be serious business for both teams, and that is going to meet themselves. So guys, I mean, World Cup has been so interesting. Even though there are VAR controversies, but then it's all part of the game. The inconsistencies in refereeing and all of that is all part of the game. The red cards we have been seeing, the yellow cards have not been. I think red cards are even more in this World Cup than yellow cards. I don't know why. And also the rules, You know that World Cup 2020, there are new rules. Like if you cover your mouth to speak to your opponent, maybe in a heated argument, you are going to get a red card for that. If you have, if you fake injury, you are going to be sent out of the field for, to recover for some minutes before coming back. So this one is to reduce injuries. Now, to reduce fake injuries. Also, if you are being substituted, you should take the shortest route out of the field or out of the pitch. But if you don't do that and you want to just greet the fans and walk anyhow you want out of the field, the next person, your fellow teammate that is going to come in, is going to wait on the sideline, on the touchline for 60 seconds, that's 1 minute, before coming in. And you know that in football, 1 second, 2 seconds is enough for anything to happen. Now, also, if a referee makes a mistake and awards a yellow card to a player, VAR can review it and give to the right, player. It can be rescinded and given to the right player. And also, if what else is the new game, the new rule? If a corner is awarded mistakenly, VAR can review it and change it back to a goal kick. So these are some of the new rules. I've discussed it extensively, in my channel. So you can check out the video in my channel, and other videos I have in the channel. It's all about football. Let's talk about football in a respectful way. Respect your opponent. I respect, your opponent respects you. That's what football is all about. Football is supposed to unite us, not divide us. So there are a lot of things that happen, and people go on to talk trash about players. People go on to insult players. I hope you are not part of the people that do that, because those players, they are human beings like us. They have emotions like us, they have families like us. When you go on to abuse somebody, just because you feel they didn't do well in a game, I just want you to take a moment and run around for 90 minutes and see how your body will feel, to know that no matter how much they pay them, it's never easy to be a footballer. So we should appreciate the opportunity to watch them, entertain us in the way they can. So that is just it for me. I'm going to sign off from here. I want to thank you all for joining my live broadcast. Thank you all so much. I really enjoyed this session. I do hope you also enjoyed it. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. It is FIFA World Cup. It is knockout stage. And knockout stage means if you lose, you go home. If you lose, home, you are going home, the next flight. you know if you lose, remember the way that will lead you home. Knockout football is funny. If you lose, home. So guys, please subscribe to my channel. Please like this video. I want you to like this video. Just hit the like button. I can see 16 of you online, but only 6 people have liked this video. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and watch my predictions, my match reactions and all of that. Football is a beautiful game. I hope that the team you are supporting wins. Yeah, I mean, I'm supporting African teams, Morocco and Egypt. I don't know about you, but I hope that your team wins, and we'll see tonight. The drama begins again. The heartbreak, of course, is going to be there for those teams that is going to go out in this stage. Remember, it's round of 16. 16 teams will play. 16 teams will play. 8 teams will win. The remaining 8 will go home. The next round is called quarterfinals. 8 teams will play. 4 will go home. 4 will progress. The next round is called semi-finals. 4 teams will play. 2 will progress. 2 will go home. And the last round is finals, that is going to crown the winner of this whole tournament that we have been watching since the start of June 12th or June 11th. So it's FIFA World Cup, oh, so let us win, oh, let Africa win, 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 win. All right, bye guys, see you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video, and drop your thoughts in the comments as always. Bye.